Hello. Well, we got a little cooler. We have a hurricane that's coming in up off the Gulf. Um, so the weather has been a little cooler. So anyway, I've been thinking about Afghanistan and our war on drugs. And the thing with a war on drugs is the simple fact that um, it's been going on a while, and the pharmaceutical people have been making such a big profit off of, I say American people. And I'll say that because we have an epidemic. I got cucumbers out of my garden, and anyway, so we're going to make a sort of cucumber salad here. But some of it's not as good as others, so I'll be using parts of all of it. But, and see, if you look at the history, and you forget about the European history, and you look at the Asian history. Well, don't forget about the European history. Look at the Asian and European history in London, how they sort of was able to take over because of the cocaine that they flooded into China, and then China ended up getting Hong Kong behind this. So and the people that like the neo-Nazis and stuff, they like to repeat history, and that is not, that it's not very wise. So I'm cutting up some cucumbers here. I might not do all this on the camera, but and like the next one, I'm not gonna take the skin off because it's so nice. So it's just about a matter of opinion. So the thing is that why are we at war, and why do we have an epidemic, a heroin epidemic in the United States? That's the real trouble. Because like we all know, during the Oliver North trials, which Oliver North to me was more so a hero. We need to recognize people that are whistleblowers, that are forced to testify, and are honest. I have a lot of respect for people that are honest. Well, anyway, so we all know about the CIA and all that with the drug war, and the original Rick Ross, not the fake rapper where we have now oversized, but the real Rick Ross, he was approached to do this, and the way they got him back then is, as long as they wasn't making too much money, the white folks would be too jealous. They want to say, like, oh, we told you not to use the product, but that started in the 70s. The crack really hit. Then like cocaine from the youth from the 70s end up being a big crack use. Oh, now we got a way of making money off of cocaine, and it devastated inner cities like it had devastated China. And I don't know which one. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Like, and this is really bad, but I got some old pickle juice here. I'll wash this real quick, get the dirt off of it. This one's on the ground. I know this is wrong, but I know this is wrong. But I already did it before. I'm just gonna quarter it, and then I have bought pickle juice before. My hands are wet. Ugh. I'm just gonna stick it in there. And here's like the one that I did before, if I could get one. So here's one I did before. So I had bought a jar of pickle juice. I know that's cheating. Get this. This one's going to be different. I'm going to get this last cucumber here. And we have to wonder who. Damn, I forgot one of these. We have to wonder who really benefits from this war that we have in the Middle East. You know, everybody talks about the oil companies and the families that are involved in the oil companies, and they do benefit from war. Okay, I guess this is the one I'm gonna leave the skin on, just to hook up the monopoly. And that's supposed to be the most nutritious part of the cucumber. And yet, like, this is a nicer, younger, healthier cucumber. So I'll put some nice color in there. And like, you know, you hear a lot about the Bush family making money during World War II. Because the Allies needed oil, you had to deliver food, you had to deliver supplies. This is very important. I always say an army, you know, it like something that lives on its stomach or something. I can't remember the saying, but you know, of course, we're dealing with nevertheless, with humans, even at wartime, you need food. So I'm mixing it up. There'll be multiple colors in there. Now, also how I got a green pepper. And this tomato's not going in with that. And I had the sinus infection, and some of these peas, they just not going to make it. I don't know if I really feel like cutting everything up. My seeds. I had some type of critter come in here, and they ate seeds. So, and it was seeds for butternut squash. So that's gone. And the bad thing about the president we have today, Trump, is that he doesn't seem to understand the real policies that's going behind this war. I don't think he's really been the one that's had ever really had to really do hard work as a boss. You know, a lot of bosses that are not, you know, get their money inherited. They always say it's really, really hard work. But the first, these are seeds. See if I can get them off of me. It's really hard work, and they put in a lot of hard work. Now, I don't think Trump really put in a lot of hard work. I think he's been playing games like they want to play up in the White House, that everybody's doing him wrong, boo-hoo-hoo, and striking out on everybody else. But the buck stops at him. These are his decisions. This is what he decided to do for whatever reason. I think that he is collusion. He is in collusion with the Russians. I believe that, you know, during those bankruptcies that was numerous, that he needed the support. I'm separating, so I'll let that dry. Say some of these seeds. Maybe I might be able to plant some of these seeds. They're not very big green peppers, but you know, if not, I'll just get more. But they're bell peppers seeds. But and the other thing is that he is already known not to pay his contractors. His business practices. Well, now they're really under under a magnifying glass because he is president. I think that the Russians, you know, they've been looking for somebody like Trump, you know, where, you know, Trump had this apartment building. They could have all the, you know, the Russians with a certain amount of money, the Chinese with a certain amount of money, they could get a visa to be living there. You know, they're buying, you know, real estate and getting the real estate market artificially inflated. So they're doing damage in our communities more ways than one. And I think that the policies that even all the Republicans have is more harmful to the citizens, and when it's more harmful to the citizens, to the poor, to the working class people, that is what will, that's the base. That's what will destroy our way of life. That was a little bad. I'm going foot. I'm gonna make a quick cucumber salad while we're talking. I'm just giving I had made some chicken earlier, so I'm just gonna eat me a piece of chicken. That's gonna go on another salad. Cause it's so hot, I really don't want to have the oven on or anything. So just slice some onion. I'm really not gonna put a lot of onion on. And I really don't think that Trump nor the people he's with have to deal with not being, their self-interest, but to have to do this, put away, their wants and their needs for the betterment of the United States. And I don't think they're capable of doing that. I think that they are a family that got raised, and a lot of immigrants, white, especially Caucasian white immigrants, that came over, after World War I and World War II, were criminals and big in prostitution. You could look at the Al Capone. You could look at any movies from that time period. They're all crime movies. So they're not. So they were very greedy people. They came to the United States with one thing in mind: is, at all costs, they were going to become rich. Okay, well, anyway, this is some vinegar, apple cider vinegar. And I guess we could be proper about it. Let me put a dab or two for good luck. We'll probably put about a quarter cup in there. And I'm not adding oil because I'm not crazy about oil. Mixing that up a little bit. Cut the acidic sugar. And probably about, I don't know, a taste. Of course, salt and pepper. Pinch, not much. Pepper. The reason why I don't put tomatoes or anything in there is because you don't want anything that will get broke down by the vinegar. This is a simple vinegar and sugar solution. Very simple. And a bit of cheese here, Parmesan cheese. That's almost out. I like the Parmesan cheese in it. And then I'm gonna let it sit. Gotta stir it around. I'm gonna let it sit in the refrigerator. Or onions. I'm gonna let it sit in the refrigerator and chill for a while. There's a some people add oil, but I don't. I'm gonna take this out to the compost, but the rat comes in here, and I'm gonna fry this tomato here. So that way, a little rotten and turning red, but I'm savage soon. Well, anyway, cool. It's cold today, so I'm in the kitchen. Good. And then I got one more pasta salad I'm gonna make. Um, chicken pasta. Um, anyway, I was like, I already made the pasta. But anyway, all I want to say is that I don't think Trump and their people really understand that the business that they have with the Russians, the collusion they have with the Russians, the leaks that they have, um, and all the other problems they have in the White Houses of their own accord, and they could say something with Obama, but they've been in office long enough that uh, um, you know Obama is already written in the history books. That is already that ship has already sailed. People are young enough they remember, you know. So the rewriting Obama's thing by repealing the health care whatever, it's not gonna change what already was done, what people had already lived through. It's a simple fact. But Trump is writing the history today, and you can tell with the way he talks with North Korea, the way he talks with Mexico, the way he talks to Germany, the way he talks to people around the world that are world leaders, that he does not comprehend the what's really going on. And I don't think you can explain to him. I think he's listening to the Breitbart or Steve Mann and uh, uh, Flint and people that don't have the best interest in the United States. They're in it for the best interest of their pocketbook. Uh, uh, um, and and it seems like it doesn't seem like, and it's definitely not in the best interest of the United States. And I don't think he knows what's going on there. I don't think he understands that we have an epidemic of heroin. You know, and you would think because it's not cocaine, it's not crack, it's not in the ghetto, that it's in the suburbs, it's white people, it's rich people, it's actors, it's stars, it's whatnot. They're not. They're mostly getting these prescriptions, and where are we getting? Who's the number one a supplier of opiates in the whole world? Who's the one that grows all the poppy seeds? Afghanistan. You want to straighten it out? Straighten that out. Legalize drugs. Money away from them. I bet you the war will end quick, like. You want to do something? I don't think Russia gonna let you, Trump.